श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। So we are trying to understand what moksha is and what moksha is not. And we are trying to understand it to bust the myth of the stupidity of the statement which is all paths leads to the same goal. No sir, it doesn't happen like that. So to understand that it's a stupid statement, we are understanding what moksha is. And while discussing that, this introduction itself is becoming like a book. It doesn't really matter, we have to understand. See, in the tradition, when we study, how we study is, we normally, not everyone studies the Nastika Darshana, the Buddhism, Jainism, etc. But we have to study the Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Purvamimamsa, etc. before entering Vedanta. So that is why in tradition, they don't answer every question. They'll ask, have you studied that? Have you studied this and all that? Because there is no point in wasting your time, because you have to explain so many things which this fellow will not be able to understand. That is why they ask you to, they require you to study everything before. Now, while discussing what is moksha, we explained the idea of moksha with respect to this Charvaka people. The idea of moksha with respect to the people who accept God is love, stupidity, and love is God and God is love, etc. stupidity. And we busted the myth of the idea that be good, do good. Not that we are asking you to be bad and do bad. No, that is not the idea. Being and doing good in itself will not take you to moksha, will not give you liberation. That's the idea. Okay. So then there are these people who say the Buddhist, Jainist, etc., who accept different things. Even while explaining the Buddhism and Jainism, we are not discussing about the different aspects of Buddhism or Jainism, because that is not what we are intended to doing here. We just want to understand what is the moksha they accept, that's all. Okay. So with this, we come to the end of the Nastika Darshanas, the philosophy which don't accept Vedas to be valid proof, the means of right knowledge. So pramana, we say. So then we come to the school which accepts Vedas, Sankhya, Yoga, etc. The first two schools, Sankhya, Yoga, they are like sister concerns, we say. The same company has another company underneath it. We call it sister concerns. Similarly, the Sankhya and Yoga, they are sister concerns. They are like brothers. Whatever this fellow accepts, that fellow accepts. There is a slight change. That is why they are two different philosophies. The thing is, that is why in tradition, Sankhya and Yoga people are accepted to be, Sankhyans are said to be Nirishwara Yogi, meaning people, the yogis who don't accept Ishvara. And Yoga people are those who are Seshwara Sankhya, meaning the people who accept the Sankhyans, who accept the Ishvara. Sankhya people don't accept Ishvara. Yoga people accept Ishvara. This is the important difference. Why? How do we understand? There are two reasons to establish the Sankhya people don't accept Ishvara. One is, what is Sankhya? Sankhya means Samkhya Jnanam, Jnanam. Because they also, like Vedantins, accept only through knowledge, liberation. Liberation through knowledge. But seeing that this similarity, one should not think that this Sankhya and Vedanta are same. No, there are differences. Though they may be same, there may be some similarities. Something which may seem to be similar, but they are not similar and they are not same. So there is a sutra in Sankhya Sutras, the aphorisms of Sankhya. There it is said, Ishvarascha asiddhehe. Ishvara is not established. Asiddhehe is not established. It's not accepted. Some people though try to break the words, compound words in different ways, saying Ishvarascha siddhehe. Ishvara is accepted. But the problem is, Sankhyans, the another meaning of Sankhya is Sankhya eva Sankhya. Sankhya means number, counts. So they accept 25 tattvas, 25 different elements. So these 25, under these 25, there is no place for Ishvara, God. So they definitely don't accept God. So then what do they accept as moksha? They accept two things. One is Purusha and other is Prakriti. Yeah, I know that Purusha and Prakriti. Yes, Purusha and Prakriti, Vedanta also speaks about Purusha and Prakriti. Sankhya also speaks about Purusha and Prakriti. Sankhya Purusha and Vedanta Purusha are both Atma. Sankhya Prakriti and Vedanta Prakriti are both similar to each other, like in the sense of Sankhya Prakriti is a Trigunatmika, Sattva, Raja, Tama, is made of Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, and Tama Guna. And Vedanta Prakriti, which is Maya, is also made of three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Yes, we have seen them. No. Why? Because though they accept knowledge, liberation through knowledge, and they accept the Prakriti and Purusha duality, but the problem is, that is the problem. They accept the Prakriti and Purusha to be dual, different. They have different existence. Prakriti has a separate existence and Purusha also has separate existence. They are existent. Meaning you can never get rid of each other. One cannot get rid of the other. Meaning, why did then what is the point? They let them be like parallel tracks. They don't disturb each other, kind of. No. They come together. Why do they come together? They come together like for the experience. The Prakriti comes in association with the Purusha for giving him experience and enjoyment and liberation. Experience, enjoyment and liberation. Experience and liberation. That's all. Simple. Two things. For bhoga, experience, enjoyment, experience or enjoyment, and moksha, liberation. Like a dancer, she comes on the stage and presents her dance, and then she later, after finishing her dance, completing her dance, she leaves the stage. The Prakriti also comes and shows its extravaganza to give the joy to experience to this Purusha, and once it has done its job, it gives him liberation that I am not you, you are not me, we are different, and it leaves. Where will it leave? It will snap to stay for the others. It will leave him, that's all. But what is the guarantee? Like if you ask a smart shopkeeper, what is the guarantee? He will say, oh, we can't even guarantee whether we'll reach our home today or not. What guarantee can anyone give? Like that, even if this Sankhya fellow says, I guarantee you liberation, there is no guarantee of any liberation there possible. Because even after you become liberated, there is this fear of this fellow Prakriti coming back to you and associating with you. Why? Because their association is explained like the association between a lame person and a blind person. A person who does not have legs and a person who does not have eyes. There are two people. So they come together to achieve a purpose of reaching the festival of which is happening in the next village. So this blind person says, okay, you don't have legs, so you climb on my shoulders. I'll take you to, you have eyes, you direct me, I'll take you to that village. we both can enjoy whatever. So this is the kind of association these two people have, this Prakriti and Purusha. Okay. Now, another thing. This, when he understands, they say he becomes liberated. There is a question mark there. Anyway, so that is not the possible liberation which we can explain in, that is not the same liberation which we explain in Vedanta, because for us, this Prakriti, this Maya, which is Prakriti, is a illusory, does not have real existence. So once we understand that, it cannot have any existence. It cannot trouble us. Over. Until we don't have that the clear knowledge that it is mirage, we'll run towards that water. So that is what is the difference here. Now, after negating this in Brahma Sutra, Bhagavan Bhashyakara negates Sankhya till one of adhyayas. Almost one adhyaya, and the next adhyaya, quarter adhyaya. The first quarter he is negating. Second quarter he stops negating that. And in one sutra he negates the yoga. Yogopi tatha vyakhyataha. Yoga is also as well as negated, because we have negated Sankhya. That is how we can understand that yoga is a same as Sankhya. There is no connection between yoga and Vedanta. People may think that yoga and Vedanta are same. No, that is also not same, because there are some people who think the samadhi which you gain through yoga is the samadhi which you gain through moksha with Vedanta. No. In samadhi of yoga, you understand the individual self, but not the identity between the individual self and the absolute self, as Vedanta proclaims. Vedanta declares. So, first, what is yoga? The first sutra says, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. That is a very beautiful thing. Yoga means a cessation of all the thought functions. Beautiful. Yoga means cessation of all the thought function, control of mind. Any philosophy or any religion for that matter will definitely prescribe this control of mind. Without control of mind, no religion or no philosophy can function. No. What is yoga? Yoga means yujir yoge. Yujir yoge means yoga means union, association. So, association between the individual self and the absolute self is yoga, union. If someone gives an explanation like that, just do a namaskara and get out of there. Don't have any association with that person, because that person is an idiot. Yoga is not association. There is another root word which says yujir samadho. There is a root word which is yujir yoge, union. That is a different root word, but that is not which is used here. Yujir samadho is the root word which is used here. Yujir, in the sense yoga means samadhi. Yoga means samadhi. That samadhi is what they achieve at the end. The samadhi is explained in different ways. Simply put, samprajna samadhi, asamprajnat samadhi. Samprajnata samadhi and asamprajnat samadhi. Sabija samadhi and nirbija samadhi. Simple. Sabija samadhi and nirbija samadhi. Sabija means with bija, seed. Nirbija means without seed. With seed means there is a cause for another birth. Without seed means like roasted seed. There is no cause for another birth. That is what their explanation is. This is what Patanjali Yoga says. Now we just celebrated Yoga, International Yoga Day. Many of them who performed this gymnastics, I will not even qualify that as yoga, gymnastics, because many of them who practice yoga don't have the basic prerequisites of yoga. Right? I know how to stretch my leg and how to stretch my hand. That is gymnastics. Yoga, there are two prerequisites, because this is called as asana, and many people say this is Patanjali Yoga. That's another crazy, stupid idea. Patanjali does not teach you any yoga stances. All these yoga postures are not of Patanjali. In Patanjali, when he talks about asana, he says Sthiram Sukham Asanam. Sthiram means stable, Sukham means peaceful. Position in which you are able to sit or stand stably and peacefully. That is what is asana. Not like some people who teach meditation, they say meditate on the pain you have in the knee joint wherever it is paining you. That is a stupid idea. Yoga teaches you to extend the time period slowly and making you comfortable in that very posture. What is this? Are the posture stupidity? No, in Bhashya of that very sutra, he talks about asana means 4 types, 5 names he is taking. Padmasana, this asana, that asana. So this Virasana, Padmasana, etc., all these different postures, they are explained in Gheranda Samhita, Shiva Samhita, etc. text. They are Pramanika, of course. There is no problem with that. There is no doubt with that. There is no doubt in that. But the problem is, this yoga which these people practice, that is not of Patanjali. A. This yoga which they practice, that is not yoga, it is gymnastics. B. Because the prerequisite for asana is, there are 2 stages before that. Yama, Niyama. Meaning control of mind, simply put, control of mind and control of body. When you don't have, you eat such nasty foods, meat and alcohol and all that, and you claim to be practicing yoga, what kind of yoga you will do? Nothing. Yoga will be counterproductive actually. It is just gymnastics, it's not yoga. So, Yama, Niyama. Ahimsa, Satyamasteyam, Brahmacharyam, Parigraha, like that tale he speaks about Yama, etc. That's a different subject, we are not interested in. So the yoga, it helps, it guides you to achieve this state of, and again, the yogins, they accept Ishvara. There they say, what is Ishvara? Ishvara is Ishvara Pranidhanadva. How do you know that they accept Ishvara? Ishvara Pranidhanadva, he says. By worshipping Ishvara also, what will you get? Not moksha, samadhi. That is the moksha they say. Samadhi. You will gain samadhi by worshipping Ishvara. And who is Ishvara? For that they have another sutra. Sapurveshampi Guru Kalena Namacheda. He is Guru for the previous Gurus also. Because he is not one who is limited by time. Kalina Anavacheda. Avacheda means limited. Anavacheda means unlimited. He is not limited by time. That is what, that is kind of Ishvara they accept. Now, this whole system teaches you how to control your thought function, how to control your mind. It's useful practice, but not their samadhi. Why? See, this whole system of controlling the mind is packed in with 8 limbs. Ashtanga yoga, they call it. 8 limb yoga. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. So without Yama, without Niyama, without practicing properly the asana means if without being able to properly sit in a posture, if you are talking about Pranayama, there can be nothing dangerous other than that. Not even counterproductive, I would say, dangerous. So anyway, so there is Yama, there is Niyama, there is Asana and Pranayama. These are 4 stages which are related to mind. Then Dharana, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. These are 4 stages which are related to mind. Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. So, here, when he controls the mind through the practices said there, through all these 8 limbed practices, he achieves the Samadhi. And Samadhi, what kind of Samadhi is this? Samadhi which will leave some thought, like, what is the best samadhi here? See, whatever thoughts you had before entering the samadhi, that is the first thought which will pop out as the first thought. That's the kind of samadhi we are talking about in yoga. Like you ask for water. Hey, bring water. That's no one. Hey, bring water. And this fellow goes to fetch water. And before he returns back, you close your eyes and you enter. You have already entered samadhi. Now, when you open the eyes and you say, "Where is my water?" That's the first thought. And this fellow, who are you? Because you probably were sitting like that for 300, 400 years. Just fantasy, dream, that's all. Nothing happens like that. We can't even sit for 3 minutes, 300 years. So anyway, so this fellow, his guru told him, "Oh, our Guruji, be careful. Whenever he opens his eyes, he'll ask for water. So in turns, you people stand here with a cup of water." That will be the problem here. So yoga will not be giving you liberation. Okay. Then Sankhya, no. Yoga, no. Then Nyaya Vaisheshika. Nyaya Vaisheshika are two different schools of logic. They are both logic schools. That's all. So we can bring it under one topic called Tarka. Logic. That's all. They are logic schools. Indian logic schools. Their idea of liberation is not different. They have the same idea almost. And the thing is, both these schools, they may differ in accepting things in different ways. That's all. Like some people accept 7 elements. Some people accept 9 elements. Padartha, they call it. Sapta Padartha, Nava Padartha, etc. That probably is the difference. Otherwise, there is no. And what is moksha according to them? Being able to categorize things is moksha. How can that be moksha? You call them logical? Yes, they are logical. How do you say that being able to categorize things as moksha? Because what is moksha basically? A general idea of moksha is we say getting rid of pain and gaining the pleasure, bliss. Getting rid of sorrow and gaining the happiness. That is what is moksha. Right? Now, getting rid of pain or sorrow. What is that sorrow actually? See, when you ask kids to go to the other room, they are afraid because it is dark. A, there is no one in that room. B, we were also afraid of darkness and a place where there is no one. In Rishikesh, the place where I used to stay, I used to stay close to this road. Half a kilometer ahead, there is this AIIMS nowadays. So nowadays there is no issue. When I was there, it was like a forest area, no lights, nothing. So people who used to cross that area, they will be chanting this text called Hanuman Chalisa. Bhoot Preta Nikata na Aave. Bhoot Preta means the ghost and ghouls, devils, let them not come closer to me. They'll pray to Lord Hanuman and they'll go. And people have witnessed, there are tales of people witnessing ghosts there, devilly in this place, etc. You know, where they went. Probably they also left that place because of pollution or whatever. So anyway, so this ghost and all that idea, what is that? Let us see. See, in India there are four kinds of snakes which are poisonous, they say. And there are snakes which are similar snakes but non-poisonous snakes. Like there is this water snake which will look huge and big and all that, like cobra. But whereas cobra is poisonous, but that snake is not poisonous. Cobra will show its fangs, and that fellow, he does not have any fangs. That's only difference. This is at least visible difference. There are some snakes which they don't have any difference. We don't even know which is which. There is this star mark. There is this. Oh, you cannot go and wait. Stop there. I want to see whether you are poisonous or not. No, you won't have time for that. So the thing is, where even if it is a non-poisonous snake, you are afraid of that snake. When a person, physiologist, he catches that snake and he says, "This is non-poisonous, nothing. Hold it." In front of everyone, you will say, "Okay, I'll also hold it," because now you know it is non-poisonous. Once you understand it is non-poisonous, that fear which you had with respect to that snake is gone. But that does not mean the first rule, thumb rule is you accept, see whatever snake you see, you accept it as poisonous and keep away from it. That's all. Don't disturb it. Okay. Now, how is this related to Tarka? Yes. So, the room which is dark and there is no one, how can a room without anyone and dark room be cause of fear? Because there is fear of unknown. We don't know what is there. What, even if there is a ghost, what will this ghost do? The bizarre behavior, we don't know. But if you are able to categorize, oh, this ghost, oh, this fellow is a simple ghost, he's not going to trouble us. Oh, that fellow, he is going to ask for some water, that's all. Oh, this fellow, he is going to ask for some blood, that's all. Oh, this fellow, he is going to kill, that's all. Why will we be afraid of death? Because if the Atma is not going to get killed, there is no fear of death, right? Anyway, so the problem is that fear of unknown is what is troubling us. Once you get rid of that fear, there is no pain there. There is no fear there. There is no sorrow there. No fear, no sorrow. Okay, no fear, no sorrow. Now, how do you get rid of this fear? By categorizing it. When you see somebody, if you are not able to understand whether this person is good or bad, you are afraid of him. Once you have declared whether this person is good or bad, does not really matter. You are not afraid. What will you do? That's all. So, similarly, what they teach us, like this is a pen. The ink smells. The ink smells. There's a smell in the ink. And when I write, there is a liquid which is coming from this. Therefore, there is a liquid thing also in this. So, smell is because of the earthly element, and the liquid is because of the watery element. So, whatever ink it has both earth and water in it. So, like that, if you are able to categorize it into 7 or 9 or whatever things they say, there is no fear. This over. That over. So, if you are able to categorize, there is no fear. That is what they teach. To categorize, able to categorize, the capability to categorize. But still, again, there are things which you know. There are many things which you don't know, which you have not seen. So, there is always this unknown entity which you will not be able to categorize unless and until you have not encountered it. So, still there will be always this kind of delusion, all kind of fear. So, you cannot get rid of the pain, the sorrow by just categorizing, because after a point you understand logic is a big problem. I have seen fellows going crazy after studying logic, not before, after studying logic. Yes, they'll go on in this rut of what is that, what is this, what is that, what is this, trying to decipher into subtle things. They go crazy. So, what I mean to say is being into that system itself will make you crazy, means will make you sorrowful. Because you have to always be alert and categorize to get rid of the fear. Being alert means you have to completely devote yourself to that. So that is a big problem. So you cannot get rid of your sorrow through logic also. So you cannot get rid of it through Sankhya, you cannot get rid of it through yoga, you cannot get rid of it through the Nyaya Vaisheshika school also. So then there is this Purvamamsa school and Vedanta. In Vedanta also we say Vedanta, we only say Advaita Vedanta. But many people add adjective to this Vedanta and say Dvaita, Visishtadvaita, etc. There are different schools in that also. We'll try to see a common ground wherever there is a commonality. We'll see that and we'll proceed to the text proper. Okay. Now, this is also not moksha for us because you will never. There are things which are unknown. Always there is always that. So you will never be able to come to an end. So therefore, there is no end to the sorrow. Therefore, you cannot gain the bliss. Therefore, there is no possibility of moksha. Okay, we'll see this. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.